Alkebulan. Is it the Garden of Eden? What if the Garden of Eden isn't where we think it is? Imagine everything you know about humanity's origin story being turned upside down. They told us Eden was a myth or placed it somewhere in Mesopotamia, but what if it's been hiding in plain sight on a continent we thought we knew? Welcome to Alkebulan, the ancient name for Africa, meaning Mother of Mankind, or even Garden of Eden. Could Africa actually be the biblical Garden of Eden? Stick around, because the answers will challenge history, science, and everything in between. The Bible describes Eden as a lush garden, fed by a river that splits into 4 branches. One of those rivers is called Gihon, which is said to flow around the land of Cush, a name historically associated with Ethiopia. If Eden's rivers lead us to Africa, could this be a clue that the garden's paradise once existed there? The scripture also speaks of lands rich in gold and precious stones near Eden. Africa has been a source of gold and minerals for thousands of years, a fact that aligns eerily well with the biblical account. Could the land of Cush and the cradle of life be one and the same? The image of Eden as a place of abundance, fertile land, and great rivers mirrors the landscapes of East Africa, particularly the Great Rift Valley and the Nile Basin. Is it possible that the Garden of Eden was not just a spiritual paradise, but a real place? Now let's step away from scripture and look at science and history. Because if Eden was where humans first appeared, then science should agree. And it does. Decades of research confirm that Africa is the cradle of humankind. Some of the oldest human fossils in the world have been discovered in East Africa. In Ethiopia, archaeologists uncovered a 3.2 million-year-old skeleton, one of the earliest known human ancestors. In Tanzania's Olduvai Gorge, scientists found fossils of Homo habilis, one of the first known toolmakers, dating back nearly 2 million years. In Kenya, researchers discovered fossils of an early human ancestor that lived over 6 million years ago, a species so significant it was called Original Man. But it's not just bones in the ground telling this story. Our DNA carries the same message. Geneticists tracing the human family tree talk about a woman whose lineage is found in all living people today. They call her Mitochondrial Eve. Where did she live? Africa. The oldest fossils of modern humans have also been found there, dating back over 230,000 years. Science has confirmed that all humans today share African ancestry. If Eden was the birthplace of humanity, and science says our earliest ancestors lived in Africa, then are we looking at the same place? The story doesn't end with human origins. After early humans stood up in Africa, they also built some of the world's first great civilizations. While Mesopotamia is often credited as the birthplace of civilization, Africa was home to thriving societies long before recorded history. Ancient Egypt, known as Kemet, rose over 5,000 years ago, bringing advancements in writing, architecture, astronomy, and medicine. But Egypt was not the first. Older kingdoms, such as Ta Seti in Nubia, existed before the pharaohs, possibly being the first kingdom in human history. Other African civilizations left their mark as well. The kingdom of Kush in Sudan built cities and pyramids that rivaled Egypt's. The Aksum Empire in Ethiopia was a trading powerhouse and one of the first Christian civilizations. The Mali and Songhai empires in West Africa accumulated immense wealth, with rulers like Mansa Musa being the richest man of his time. Centers of learning, like Timbuktu, preserved and advanced knowledge. In southern Africa, Great Zimbabwe rose with its towering stone walls. These civilizations flourished long before colonial history and played a key role in shaping human progress. This challenges a common narrative. If the Garden of Eden was a place of great beginnings, a land where humans first thrived, then Africa's story aligns with that idea in ways we can't ignore. Eden was described as a paradise, full of life, abundance, and knowledge. And Africa, both in ancient times and as the birthplace of all humanity, reflects those same characteristics. Picture this. At the dawn of time, in a lush African landscape, the first humans open their eyes. They find themselves surrounded by a world of plenty. Wild fruits, flowing rivers, towering trees, a true paradise. This isn't fantasy. This is what early human life in Africa may have looked like. The story of Eden describes an early time when humans lived in harmony with nature before being exiled. Could this be a distant memory of our ancestors leaving their original homeland? Could the biblical Eden and Africa's origins be one and the same? So, is Alkebulan the Garden of Eden? The Bible, science, and history all seem to point in the same direction. The Garden of Eden may not be a lost mystical land, but a real place that nurtured humanity's beginnings. It's a compelling thought. What if Eden was never lost, but simply misidentified? The land where our ancestors first walked, the home of the earliest civilizations, and a continent that shaped human progress, could it be that the true Eden has been Africa all along? This idea challenges what many of us were taught, but it also unites history, science, and faith in a way that makes sense. Whether you believe Eden is literal or symbolic, the message remains. We are all one human family, sharing a deep connection to Alkebulan. The Garden of Eden might not have pearly gates or an angel with a flaming sword, but it has vast savannas, ancient rivers, and a heritage beyond measure. Does this change how you think about our origins? Could the story of Adam and Eve be, in a way, the story of all of us? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's start the conversation.